Hello and welcome to this week's Mystic Message. This week's message is about how we are getting in our own way in regards to our manifestation, the things we're trying to create, the house we're trying to build on the foundations that we have set up over the course of this year as everything has fallen apart and we've discovered, the foundations of what we truly want, of what feels aligned, not what society has told us or our parents or our friends and family. It's what feels right for us. And so we've worked on these foundations and now we're getting into the good stuff, right? We are manifesting. But collectively, we are all struggling with this one big thing. The thing that we're struggling with is letting go. I get chills just saying it. We are holding on too tightly to the old things that do not serve us, that are not aligned, that are at a vibration that is a bit lower than where we are at and where we are trying to go. And, the old saying always goes, right? The harder we hold on to these old things, the harder it is to make way for the new. So we have to let go of the old to make way for the new. If you have been vibrating here and your old reality, your previous 2025, 2024, 2023, whatever, it has been vibrating here with you, right? Because law of attraction says that we attract what we're vibrating at. So we've been here. You've been doing all the healing work. You've been clearing your karma. You've been healing your inner child. You've been working on your nervous system and the programming and belief systems. You have been clearing out these emotional energies that are trapped within your body. And so your vibration has been going like this over the course of these years, right? We're still holding on to some of this stuff here. And when we're holding on to that, it's limiting how high our vibration can go and our ability to align with the vibration of the things that we want. So we're now here, but we're tethered down to here. Think of it like these cords, these attachments, these tethers that are tethering you to the old. And it keeps you're trying to go, you're trying to reach the things that are up here, and you're trying to vibrate there, but you're holding on to this lower stuff. These lower things are things like relationships, jobs, careers, ways of living, right? Maybe you want to go live off the grid. Maybe you want to sell everything and live in an RV and homeschool your kids and travel the world. Maybe you want to do things that are a little outside the norm and outside the box, right? There's all these, whatever this old thing is, maybe it's relationship with some family members, right? And we're holding on to these lower vibrational things, right? A relationship with someone who's maybe toxic or was built during a toxic time in your life, and it's no longer aligning with you. Your standards are higher. You're loving yourself a bit more, but you're still attached to this person. A job that you've worked at for a decade, 2 decades, 3 decades, or you went to school for and it was your dream or your dream for such a long time, but it's no longer feeling right. There's a lot of these different things, whatever this thing is that you're holding so desperately to. And here's the thing. It's normal. We all struggle to let go of these big things. And the bigger the thing, the harder it is to let go of, especially when we're trying to step into something that feels judged or outside the norm, right? Maybe it's starting a business. Maybe it's homeschooling your kids. Maybe it's going back to school later in life, right? These things that are not the typical path. It's so much harder to let go of this thing that feels somewhat stable and somewhat secure. And I say that like that because what is stability and security other than what society has told us is stability and security? Stability and security to society is get a 9 to 5, pour, half your money into a 401k, and then maybe when you're 65, you can maybe afford to retire. That's what we're told, is the safe way to go about life. And so we cling to the norm. We cling to the marriage that doesn't serve us because divorce is wrong. We cling to our family relationships because we're taught blood is thicker than water. We cling to these careers because that is my identity. That's who I am. That's who I've always been. And so it's hard, and that's okay. And so some of the reasons that we are holding on so tightly are because we don't believe in the possibilities. We don't believe in ourselves. You know, we might have this narrow perspective on the path, right? Maybe we see kind of the end goal, but we don't know how we're going to get there. And until we have this clarity on the action steps on how to get there, we're unwilling to let go of this thing that is somewhat secure and feel completely insecure as we make our way to this beautiful destination. We have a lot of programming from the Matrix, from society, from our parents, from our ancestral lineage, from, past life karmic wounds that are all telling us it's better to be tethered to something than to be tethered to nothing. Think of like this is the visual that I get, right? We are all you're all this own little balloon. You're a balloon. So imagine you're a balloon and you're kind of floaty. But you've got like the string to the balloon, and that string is connected and it's like anchored into the earth. So you're floating, but you're anchored. But what you're anchored into is your old foundations that have crumbled. It's anchored into this pile of rubble that has crumbled before you over the course of 2025 and no longer is serving you. But we're scared to fully let go and just float away. And however, we've built these new foundations, or we've been working on building these new foundations of what we want, but they're over there. And until we allow ourselves to float away and land safely where we are meant to be with what feels aligned, we're just going to sit here in resistance. And again, there's so much fear that comes up with this, and you might recognize it, you might feel it, and some people get kind of stuck in the pattern of, well, I need to heal the fear, and I need to heal this and that, and I need to work on this programming, and I got to work on my beliefs because I don't believe in what's possible, and that you get stuck in your head that I got to do all this work before I can let go. You don't have to. Guess what happens if you just let go? It's that leap of faith. It's letting go of the old and trusting. A lot of these things that we are trying to heal will already kind of fall into place by just taking the action of letting go and surrendering, right? Letting the action, the masculine that we're very much stuck in, the act of letting go and just surrendering into this divine feminine. And so if you want to land in the new foundations and in the space that you've created and curated for yourself, we all really have to collectively let go. And don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. If you've been contemplating, your romantic relationship for years and you're scared and you're waiting to not feel scared in order to maybe ask for the divorce, if you're waiting to not be scared, you're going to be waiting a long time, because fear is one of those things that sometimes you just have to face head on. You just have to do the thing. We can't always find ourselves feeling ready or neutral and waiting for all of the signs that I feel good to do the thing, to let go, right? If you've been waiting to leave your job and start either a new career path, go back to school, start your own business, whatever it is, again, you're going to feel that fear. You're going to feel the anxiety. It's never going to go away. It doesn't matter how much inner work you do. You're still going to you confront those things in your day-to-day life. And when you come face to face with fear and you just work through it and you don't let it stop you, that heals on such a level. It ripples to all these different areas. And so I invite you right now, take a few moments, and I invite you to close your eyes. And I invite you to take a few deep, deep breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth. few deep breaths in and out. With each inhale, allow the white light to flow in through your crown chakra at the top of your head. And with your exhale, send it down through your whole body, through each of your chakras, allowing your body to fill with more and more white light with each breath. And I want you to imagine yourself as that balloon. You are this balloon. Maybe you're a golden balloon or a red balloon or a rainbow balloon. One of those balloons that has like the confetti inside. You can be whatever balloon you want. And you are this balloon, and you are tethered. If you look down to the earth as you float in the sky and you follow your tether, your string down to the earth, you see it tethered into this rubble. Maybe it looks like an old home of yours. Maybe it just looks like rubble. It's the old. It's everything you're trying to leave in the past, everything that no longer aligns with you. It may feel gray or dark. Even as you look at it, it might kind of make you feel a little uncomfortable. And as you look at it, allow yourself to just feel gratitude for the experience of all of that. Everything that it's taught you, and gratitude for yourself for allowing it to crumble and to feel ready for something new. And when you're ready, I want you to grab that string, that tether that tethers you as this balloon to the earth, to that rubble, to that old reality. And when you're ready, tug on that tether. And because those foundations are crap, because they do not serve you, because they have crumbled, that tether just comes right out. It's not anchored in there very far. And once it does, you as this balloon are free. And I want you to allow yourself to float away with trust and surrender, while also just acknowledging and feeling any feelings that come up. This could be very emotional. It might be very energetically overwhelming. And that's okay. Don't avoid it or resist it. Just feel it. Allow yourself to float. And as you're floating, repeat any of these affirmations that feel relevant for you, or create your own. I release the old to make way for the new. I am worthy of love. I believe in limitless possibilities. I trust my higher self to guide me. I surrender to the unknown. I am in alignment with my path. I trust joy can come with ease. I am safe to do less and surrender more. I trust my vision. And allow yourself to float to somewhere else, The sun is shining, it feels warm, it feels welcoming. Maybe you hear some birds chirping or water washing up on shore. It's a space that just feels more in alignment with who you are and what you're trying to create. And as this balloon, you will find your way to the spot that aligns vibrationally with all of those desires, with the new foundations that you've been building. And you will find your way there. And once you are there, a beautiful new golden tether will release from you as this balloon and fall to the earth and land and touch the earth, touch the ground. And once it does, it gently burrows into the earth, growing deeper and deeper, like the anchor of a boat, anchoring you safely, gently, but securely into this new space. And once that anchor feels solid, you feel a sense of calm wash right over you. You feel that feeling of, I can take a deep breath again. Your hands feel light. Your body feels light. Your mind feels unburdened. And you can enjoy the view from up here as this balloon. Or you can gently yourself land down onto the earth, 1 foot at a time, and just soak up the energy of this new space. And you can take the next few moments, 10 minutes, an hour, just being in this new space. And think about how it feels. And just soak it up. Allow it to seep into the pores of your body. And just become one with this beautiful energy. Knowing and trusting that you don't have to do anything. You just have to be. I'll see you next week.